Hello and welcome. This video is about modding. Liam asked me how to find out variable names which you then mod in dnspy. For example, for modding Ravenfield or other Unity-based games. But this video might also be useful for other engines as long as you can extract the code and modify it. Okay, the steps we're going to take is we're going to extract the code as text files. We're going to search for the code, all files at the same time. And then we're going to look at the code in a text editor that is nicer than Notepad. I'm using the following three tools. dnspy will allow us to extract the code and modify it, but it's specific to Unity or other C# DLLs. Grep will allow us to search through many files at the same time. Notepad++ is just good for reading the code to understand what it does. Okay, we're going to use an older version of Ravenfield, one of the free ones, beta 4 I believe. We're just going to go and grab the assembly-c#.dll, drag it into dnspy. And what we could do now is we could search for variable names, function names, classes that match what we're looking for, but we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to extract all the source code and search through it. So you got to select the root node, this dash thing, and then go to File, and then export the project, and then you pick a location for this project, and just extract it all. And this location you will use later for searching through the whole folder using grep. Okay, the next step is to open this folder where you extracted it, then copy the path and paste it into grep into the search in location. At this point in the video I should have enabled content search. This thing you should turn on, but I'm going to show it to you later. Again, you should use content search, not file search. So at this point you would go for words that make sense to you that you want to modify. Health, life, damage, things that come to your mind.
Hold up, wait a minute. Things that come to your mind is not the essence of what you should learn, because this is the most important creative part of this video of what I have to tell you. You have to think of words that are used by the developer of the game to modify stats which you want to mod. So if the game uses words like health, search for health. If it uses life, search for life. But on the other hand, it might also be the other way around. The developer might have been thinking in terms that are not as popular with players, so keep your mind open. Search for different words, don't give up. If a game has an active modding community, you could also get on their community, Steam forums, Discord, and ask around. Let us now continue with the search.
For example, the word life has a lot of matches. You can double-click the found files to jump to the correct line even, and then you have to try to make sense of a code. In this case, life mostly refers to lifetime, which has something to do with effects. And I think animations, things that take time. It is unrelated to health. So let's scrap that. Instead, for example, we can search for health. So one interesting thing we find is actor.cs contains the line this health equals 100f. So f is for floating number. We can change this, but not in Notepad++. Instead, we have to go, in this case, to dnspy, go to the actor class, and there we can change this number. So as per usual, we right-click, edit method, and here we can just change this by adding 10, for example. Press compile, and this is all of it. And then we go to File, Save Module, and just press OK. In-game we can see that we indeed have 1000 health, and if we try to attack one of our teammates, they have a lot of health. They are still alive, still alive, still alive. Anyways, the next goal will be to figure out the function that takes away health. So first I want to undo this by going to edit method, removing the 0, pressing compile and then saving this, but I get an error. The solution is to delete all the stuff loaded into dnspy, just select Ctrl A in the sidebar and press delete. Then I had to import the DLL file again, and then I could remove the 0, press compile and, file, save module. So we do know that health is the variable name for health. That's good. Now we will search for something that modifies health. So we're going to search for health equal sign, for example. And this is nice. We have 5 matches and only 2 files. I did a mistake here though. Searching for health space equal sign could be a problem. Health no space equal sign might be smarter. But also health plus health minus. These things are also important. If, for example, I would have used health space minus, I would have found this damage function in the vehicle.cs file. From this I could have deducted that damage is a keyword I should be looking for. So then I search for damage and I enable content search, which allows me to see the line in which it is found. Very, very freaking useful. And here we see a good match. This health minus equals health damage. Very good. Let's check this out. And here we can see this is a damage function in the actor, so it applies to, player character and AI characters. Now we just need to figure out how to make this only apply to enemies but not to the player, for example. First, let's just quickly test whether it works if we multiply this with 0, that actually nobody is taking damage anymore. Yeah, it works. Nobody's taking damage, especially not me. Health stays at 100. So now the task is to find out how to differentiate whether it's a player or AI. So we're just searching for player. And we can see if this actor equals null, okay, it doesn't make sense. This actor dead, no. This actor team, no. FPS player control player team. Player team doesn't seem to be related. Okay, next line, actor instance players equals actor. What does that even mean? Okay, next, no. Public actor player, no. Else, okay, and so on and so on. Okay, let's search something else. Let's search for is player, for example. All right, if this user is player, so apparently this is somehow related to only weapons. Not sure if that is interesting. We're going to try it out nonetheless. So here we have this user is player. We're going to copy that. We're going to use this as a check later. And here we have the shoot function, which we're just going to modify. We're going to add if, and then the part this user is player, and open a curly bracket at the beginning. And at the end, we're just going to add a curly bracket closed. Okay, stop your video, stop playback. Write a comment. What does this code change? What do you think? Write it in the comments. Later we can compare. It'll be fun. Do it. Alright, so as you can see, nobody's shooting me. They are certainly making the sounds, because somehow that is unaffected by the function, but they cannot shoot bullets anymore, and that is just fantastic. And it is only AI that is affected by that, so only AI cannot shoot, which also means my team cannot shoot, but hey. Hey. Okay, so now we know how to filter whether an actor is a player or a bot or AI, and we know where to change the code so that damage is not being taken in the damage function of the actor class. And here we just add if this AI controlled and a squirrely bracket, and at the end we add a squirrely bracket. This is the wrong position though. It's not behind return true, but instead it has to be before return true. Let's just fix that. Right. Compile, etc., etc. So I reverted the earlier changes and now it's back to normal except for the latest change, and we can survive helicopter crashes. That's cool. Teammates can die. Enemies can die. And this guy just killed a teammate. But I cannot die anymore. I cannot even fall because that's all part of damage. Like tumbling over, that's also part of a damage function. So we fixed all that. So that was one example of how to find variable names to mod. Watch my other dnspy tutorial if you're new to dnspy, I show you how to use it there. Or watch my 3D model modding video for Unity games, which allows you to change any 3D model in any Unity game, which is also awesome. If you have any more questions, leave a comment. I'll see you next time. Ciao!